Hey, everybody, and welcome to another hot episode of the Robert Coffee Show. We have a hot show in store for you today. And I say that each and every week, but this week, it's a little extra to it. Now, for all of you that's listening right now, I'm Robert Coffee. My beautiful co host in Oakland, California is Shar Holiday. My beautiful co host here in studio is Miss China. She's also known as our love doctor. And stay tuned for her segment Kiss and Tell coming up, where each and every week we talk about specific scenarios that people are contacting us about. So if you have an issue, make sure that you reach out to myself, China, Shaw Holiday, and we can give you feedback from our opinion, okay, to help you out. And we've gotten great feedback that a lot of people like how we're helping their relationships. So, the Robert Coffee Show, we not only talk with great business owners that's in your area or that can be in your area, we also deal with artists. We have a hot artist that's going to be on our show later on today. And we also help with relationships. So stay tuned for our segment Kiss and Tell, where we'll be talking about the scenario for today. It's a pretty hot one, wouldn't you say, China?
Of course, flaming hot.
Yeah, yeah. So with no further delay, how is my beautiful co-host in Oakland, California doing, Shar Holiday?
Hi, everybody. I'm doing great. Happy Saturday to all. Woke up this morning again. My feet touched the floor, so I'm blessed. The rest is cake. How is everybody doing there?
We're doing good. We're doing good. I got my buddy Chris in studio,
I
and
see. I
his
see.
business partner, and we're gonna be learning a little bit more for everybody that's watching the show. I know they're looking at the suits like, okay, I know they have something interesting to talk about. So the two of you will get the opportunity to just talk about your business, and I can't wait to interview them, Shar.
I know. I'm so interested because I sold advertising in San Francisco for 10 years. So, this whole concept, I think it's great. It's awesome. I want to know the success story, how it happened, how did they think about it, who thought about it, and how they put it into fruition. I mean, I just think it's genius. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, and I love their names. Mr. Magooey,
Yes,
correct?
that's fine. Yeah.
Yes.
I know Chris's first name from us meeting earlier in the year. But I definitely like learning your name, Mr. Magooey. That's cool. That's real cool. So, sure. Before we interview them, let's touch on our hot topics for the week again for everybody that watches the Robert Coffee Show. We touch on just very briefly hot topics, things that you might have missed out on, and then we get right into our interview of the week. So, therefore, sure. Let's just touch on very briefly what's going on in the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. Before we get started, Rob, I want to let everybody know that the Robert Coffee Show is for entertainment and enlightenment purposes only. The views expressed on this show by our guests may not be the or necessarily be or represent the Robert Coffee Show or its advertisers. With that being said, let's get started. So the big story on the internet, there were two things this week that were trending and that kind of had a little chitter chatter going on. And the first one was the YG Kalani relationship. They finally revealed YG 400 that he and Kalani are dating and that the relationship has been going on for months. And Kalani actually said in an interview recently that it had been in the makes for 5 years. And when she said that, I thought to myself, one of my favorite songs, Left Right, he says, she's a Pisces, I'm a Taurus. And I was like, oh my God. So, yes, this relationship has been going on for a long time. And everybody knows, though, what I found so crazy about it is that they both just welcomed new children this year into their families, separate from this so called relationship. So, Kalani had a baby with her guitarist, which they have no romantic relationship whatsoever. And YG had another little girl that he and his longtime uh, girlfriend, Caitlin Sparks, welcomed into the world. TMZ actually just showed a really cute video of him and his oldest daughter on a roller coaster. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's just kind of crazy. I think it's an amazing West Coast a couple, and I love it. So that was really a big trending topic on the internet this week. And also, hey, guess what? Thursday night, the NFL season started. Did you watch, Rob?
Thursday night, a little bit, not the full game. I'm more interested in what AB's gonna do in Oakland more than that game that came on Thursday.
Falcons, woo.
Did they win?
Mhm.
Okay.
Go ahead, China, represent, girl. Well, I protested it. You know I would. I'm not going to lie, though. I kind of had withdrawals. I wanted to watch football. So it kind of sucked. But yeah, I didn't watch. And Antonio Brown, yeah, he get, they fined him, right? Like lots of money. And then he called the GM a cracker. Like,
Wow.
okay. Anywho, that was a big trending thing this week on the internet and in the entertainment blogs. So,
Okay.
what
Well,
do you guys think about
that's a lot. That's interesting. Thanks for filling us in on things that's going on as far as from my feedback. Antonio, I think Antonio Brown is going to either swim or sink because he's bringing a lot of awareness to himself, and that can be great for marketing. But in the same vein, if he doesn't have something very, very clever to do with this, um, you can get built up to be tore down, and he's building himself up. Everybody's watching him. If he doesn't produce, what does he have left? So
I mean, I
therefore,
think he's really disrespectful. And even though I'm not watching the NFL anymore, and the Raiders is my team or was my team, the Raider Traders, um, I just think he's disrespectful, man. He's just like that. That was just out of line. It was racist and it was out of line, and I didn't like that comment.
okay, okay. Well, we'll touch a little bit more on that at a later time. Thank you very much for those hot topics.
You're
Now,
so welcome.
absolutely. We are going to be interviewing the one and only Chris with his business partner, Mr. Magui. And tell us a little bit about yourself. What do y'all like to be referred as? Am I articulating everything properly, or what do you prefer?
Well, we're known as the Running Suit Guys. The name of the company is Running Suit Guy Promotions.
Okay.
My name is Chris Gomlick, and my cohort here, the other Running Suit Guy, is Brian Magui.
I like Magui.
Yeah, we can tell you like Magui. So that's, we are an alternative way to promote your business. I think businesses are looking for something that's going to work.
Yeah.
We fulfill a need that is out there. People, try all these different ways and they're not happy, and they're looking for something that is outside the box, and they like it.
Okay. So, okay, the running suit men, the running
Guys.
suit
There
guys.
you go.
Are you really running through the city?
Yes.
I see.
Yep.
Okay.
We run every weekend. All the 5Ks. If they have a 10K, they don't have too many of those in Florida, but we run all the different races. The Stash Dash, which is coming up next week, we'll be doing that.
Okay.
And we, on our suits, of course, are all the ads, all the
Mhm.
logos of the different businesses that we promote. This is Monarch Ballroom and Dance
Hey,
Studio.
I know them.
Yes, and I'm actually taking lessons there,
Yeah.
so I can be a little bit more debonair when I'm
Yeah.
on the dance floor.
Uh huh.
And of course, Best Price Dry Cleaning, because everyone always asks us where we get our suits dry cleaned, because they get beaten up a lot, right?
Exactly.
And so it's Best Price Dry Cleaning.
Now, how many of those suits do you have? Like, do you wear the same suit each time, or do you have 10 just like that? Like, how do you rotate?
I have about 5 different suits. One I brought with me from Long Island, New York, where I'm originally from.
New York.
Yep, and I've had about 3 made by the tailor shop here in Jacksonville. That's
Okay.
Daniel Matorka, who owns it. and he's also one of my sponsors.
Okay.
And I think Brian, you have two.
Yes, I'm wearing one of them right now. Yeah, as you see us, this is exactly how we run.
That's cool.
This
That's
is how we
cool.
roll, right?
Yes.
So who creates the patches for you guys?
Yeah.
I have the T-shirt Express makes all of my patches. Just it's on a cotton shirt, and he makes them so it's professionally done, and then I take them to a seamstress who professionally sews it onto the suit. So no shortcuts. You get one chance to make a good first impression, and it's worked out really well.
Okay, so tell us, for a business that wants to end up on your suits, is it a 12-month agreement, 36 months, 6 months? Like, how long can a business be promoted on your suits?
They can look. They can be promoted as long as they want to be
Mhm.
on the suit. I always bring up the movie that Tom Cruise was in, Jerry Maguire, and his favorite phrase was,
Show me the money.
There you go.
I love it. See, I love the directness. You didn't like dance around the subject. You got to pay to play. So, yes.
And generally speaking, it's 4 month, which is 4 races. The fee is $400.
Okay.
You get to pick to be on the front or the back. There's benefits to both. We also shoot a short video with you. We post that on our Facebook page. We have over 9,900 followers on Facebook.
Wow, that's good.
So we do a video. We promote you at all these different events, social events also. If there's a chili cook-off, a music festival, or whatever, we're going to be there. We're going to be handing out your business card to all the runners and the spectators at these different events.
Mm-hmm.
So, and those cards are all laminated because we've been doing this a long time. I
Yeah.
know that if I hand out a cardboard business card, it's going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
So we laminate them, we hand them out, we tell a little something about your business, and if we've done business together, a glowing testimonial.
That's cool. Okay, so all for $400?
Yes.
That's a still of a deal.
Yeah, it's get on now before the price goes up.
Yeah, yeah, I could see it going up because that's a lot. You know, you're doing a whole lot for 400.
Right.
So definitely, that's a great deal. China.
So how do you consistently have like breathable fabric? Like, do you have the arms cut out, or how is it set up under there?
Well, we have our secrets, and of course, if I told you, they wouldn't be secrets. But I will tell you this: Daniel Matorka from the tailor shop. He's located on Southside Boulevard. I walked into his shop 2.5 years ago when I first moved here. Somebody had turned me on to him, and I walked in my suit, and he goes, I like it. I want to be on the suit. In fact, he goes, I want to be on the hat. And in exchange for that, he makes all my suits.
Okay.
Now, he uses lightweight, breathable material. You know, I leave that stuff to the experts.
Yeah.
Because he knows what I need in order to survive out there in the Florida heat.
Yeah.
Right.
I tell everybody, look, it's the running suit guy. It's not the passed out on the side of the road running suit guy. Okay?
Right.
So
Right.
the suits are lightweight, they're breathable. I happen to like the double-breasted look. It's a classy
Yeah.
look, you know. So I enjoy that. And people ask me, I just sent somebody over to Daniel about 2 weeks ago. He said, listen, I need a new suit. Where can I go? And I was like, well, I just so happen to have a card.
Yeah.
And here's Daniel Matorka. Go check it out. And he went over there. So he got business.
Okay. So tell me this. All right. So Brian,
Yes.
Magui,
Yes.
the sponsors that I see on your suit are not all the same as yours, Chris.
Correct.
Okay. So that means.
Different
Okay,
sponsors.
explain that. Does that mean that they reached out to you and said, wow, okay, I want Brian for this and I want Chris for this? How do you work that out?
Typically I let Chris work that out, and
Okay.
whatever he decides, this is his business.
Uh-huh.
So whatever he decides, who has to go where,
Uh-huh.
you know, put it on the suit. I'm going to run.
Yeah.
It, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you have anything special that makes, like, for instance, if a sponsor came to me and said, wow, I need somebody that's high in fashion to promote my jewelry company, then I would lean toward China more for that. So is it something about Brian that made those companies tailor to his suits, or?
No, it's nothing like that.
Okay, all right.
They
Okay.
if they want to be on the suit, we put them on the suit.
Yeah.
Now, if they have a special request and say, listen, I want to be on Brian and not on you, that's fine. You know,
Okay.
I'm here to please. Whatever you
Yeah.
want to do, I own the business, right?
Yeah.
I can make whatever deal I want. So if they want Brian, or if they want both of us, if they want the entire suit,
Yeah.
that's a separate fee. If they want the front and the back, that's a different fee.
Yeah.
And we all work that out. But like I said to you before, the base fee is $500. You can be on 500. It's $400, and you can be on the front or the back. And we, of course, hand out the cards. And look, everyone wants their picture taken with the guys who run in the suit.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? They're going to post that on Facebook.
Yeah.
They think they're taking a picture with the running suit guys, but they're actually taking a picture of Monarch Ballroom and Dance Studio.
Exactly.
Of Best Price Dry Cleaning.
Yep.
Of the tailor shop.
Yep.
So they're going to post that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we always take pictures showing both sides of our suit. So if I was taking a picture with Robert Coffey, he's going to stand to my right,
Uh-huh.
and we're going to get a little love for Best Price Dry Cleaning. Then Robert Coffey is going to stand to the left, and we're going to get a little love for Monarch Ballroom and Dance Studio.
And we're going to do that. Right after the show, we're going to take some pictures. So I love it. You know, I love the marketing concept. I love how it's working. And that's really, really cool for all those businesses. What does that say right there? Echo?
Echo dress shoes.
Okay, shoes for life.
Right. These, we figured out a way that we could actually look good and run in dress shoes.
Yeah.
Echo running shoes, it makes a shoe comfortable, and we figured out, well, these are long, you could stand in these shoes 8 hours a day, and your feet won't hurt as bad if you had a regular pair of dress shoes. We figured out you could run just as comfortable in them. So
Wow.
we ran with it, and they like what we do. They send us vouchers for shoes.
Yeah. Are they local?
No, Echo is a $1 billion company. They're located in Finland, I believe.
Okay.
And they're like Rockport, but I think more comfortable.
Much classier too.
And we've been running in. I ran the New York City Marathon in my suit in Echo dress shoes.
Wow.
So the tagline is, look, if I can run a marathon in them, you can work all day in them.
Yeah. Golly, I've ran a 5K.
Okay.
Which I did good in 2015. My
Okay.
time was really, really good.
What was your time?
It was like an 8-minute mile.
Wow.
I was flying.
Very nice.
But again, it was just a 5K.
Okay.
You know, and it was my first one in years.
Okay.
And now the second year that I did it, I hurt my knee and my timing was like terrible. So,
Okay. So that's two.
That I mean, the thing is this: I want to get back involved in the running
Yeah.
part.
Sure.
You know, and my question that I have for you is this: what about the shoes? I have Dancing with the Stars coming up.
Right.
Does Echo provide dancing shoes?
I don't think so. I don't know that. You've asked one of the questions I've never been asked.
Okay.
So you get a gold star.
Yeah, I got to get my dancing shoes for next Saturday for the event.
I would assume that Monarch would be the people to ask.
Yeah, they showed me a link of some people that I could go to, but
Yeah.
it was just general.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
on
sure if you
Amazon.
could run in them, you could definitely dance in them. That's for sure.
But I think the soles are probably a little bit different. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I can't really give suggestions about dancing. That's not my specialty.
Yeah. Okay.
Running in dress shoes is my specialty.
Got it. Okay.
Echo is the shoe of choice.
Right.
Yeah. What's your goal as far as with like your running? Do you go for time? Do you go for just consistency with doing it? Do you have any kind of method to the madness with that?
Yeah, we like the consistency part of it. I don't run for time. You know, people ask me. It's funny. Someone will ask me, "Hey, what was your time?" And I'm like, I
made it.
I don't
Right.
run for time. You know, I said, we're in a suit. What part of this are you not getting?
Yeah.
You know.
That's why I'm around. I can do the run.
So,
Okay.
so Brian actually is a faster runner than I am. So we both start in the front, but Brian will be at the front of the race. I will be at the back of the race. So
Okay.
now we're getting double exposure, right?
Mhm.
Because all those people at the front are looking at Brian. All the people in the back are looking at Chris, looking at me. So we're there for the exposure. We have fun. You know, when we're running past all the spectators, I'm going to tip my hat to the ladies like a gentleman.
Hey.
I'm going to go, hey, what do you think? And they're
Yeah.
going to smile.
Mm-hmm.
And when you smile, I smile, I run another mile.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
And that's really how it works. So
I actually stop when people, I love this suit. I'll stop and walk up to them and occasionally take a picture.
Catch a breather.
Yes.
That's what I'd be doing.
It's really it's more advantageous for me to run in the cooler months than in the summer months, but it doesn't slow me down.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, I handed the card out to the individual and said, hey, do you mind sending me that through an email?
Yeah.
Or just whatever the email is or the phone number on there, you can text it to me.
Right. Let's say they'll take a photo, and I'll be like, "Look, could you send me that photo because I'm going to post it." Right?
Mhm.
They're going to post it on their Facebook page. So it's kind of unique advertising that it's kind of organic. People taking a photo of us, and it's kind of like NASCAR, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
there's ads all over the place at a NASCAR race, right? On the
Right.
cars at the track on the drivers.
Mm-hmm.
But we also talk about it. We also hand out your business card. We also do a video with you, and we're going to post that. So there's a lot more. It's
Engagement.
Interaction,
yes,
yes.
exactly, right.
Yeah,
It's
that's
different.
cool. That's real cool. Char Holiday, have you ever heard of men like this in Oakland, California, doing anything like this?
No, and I actually had a question for the guys. I've done the beta breakers 2 times, and that's a party. Okay, it is a party. Just wondering if you fellas get to get out of your local area in Florida. Do you get to travel? And when you do, how do you measure? I'm only asking this because I sold advertising for many years, and I know that people want to know, well, how, and I have a classic answer for this, but how do you track it? How do you track the response? And what kind of response do you guys get?
We have testimonials on the website from people who have advertised with Running Suit Guy Promotions, and they have gotten more business from advertising with Running Suit Guy Promotions. Just in the case of the fellow who wanted a new suit, and I'm like, okay, here's a card, and
Yeah.
what I do and what Brian does is instead of just handing out Daniel Matorka from the tailor shop his card to the prospect, I ask the prospect if Daniel can give him a call. And that prospect is going to go, yeah, that would be great. Great. Because I run with and Brian does too, we always run with our cell phones. So I'm going to take that person's information, his name and his phone number. I'm going to put my cell phone away, and after the race, who am I going to call? Daniel Matorka from the tailor
Hmm.
shop and go, hey, Daniel,
Sure.
this guy wants you to call him. Now that's a hot lead as opposed to
Right.
Daniel waiting for that guy to call him. So we try to get the information from prospects. And as for determining the ROI, it is sometimes difficult. But when I have testimonials from satisfied sponsors, that's golden. And it's also
Yes.
legitimate. I don't like it when somebody goes, oh, hey, Running Suit Guy Promotions did great. It increased my business, and my name is Robert Smith. Okay, anybody could make that up. I much prefer somebody writing on their letterhead and me having that, and I can post that. Or if they do a quick little video, that's even better. Hey, I promoted with Running Suit Guy Promotions, and in that month I've gotten so many more sales.
That's so cool. I love it. That's so genuine. I have another question. Do you guys get to get out of the Florida area with racing? Because I'm telling you, if you haven't done the Beta Breakers in San Francisco, if you could find someone to sponsor you to do that, that is a perfect race where everybody dresses up. It's a little bit of hedonism, but it's an amazing race. And I think you guys,
It's like a
I think
Halloween
you
show.
guys would be perfect. I love the concept. I think it's so cool.
Well, we do outside of local. We try to. Our sponsors are mostly local. We are actually working on a cross country trip here. We're trying to work out the bugs on that, where we're going to promote our local businesses that we're sponsoring cross country. Uh, just do a little testimonial type thing, and then we're going to fly back from Seattle. Uh, but yeah, normally we just hang out in the Jacksonville area. Sometimes St. Augustine, sometimes Yulee. It all depends. It depends, but mostly in the local area for the most part.
but
Check,
the
check the beta, check out the Beta Breakers
yeah.
and see if you guys can't find a sponsor in San Francisco, because that race is all about dress up, advertising, fun stuff
We'll
like that.
definitely look
I
into
think
When
that.
you'd be perfect.
when
You
is
never know.
when is that race?
That race is in May every year.
Okay, so we have a little time.
Yeah, you have a little time. Yes, sir. I just think you guys would be perfect for it. I love your concept. Good idea.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think you would have to charge a little more than 400 though if they got to fly you out to San Francisco.
Yeah, that's for sure. But this could be the big one. You
Oh,
never
oh, yeah.
know.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
And you guys are looking to expand, or are you
Yes.
looking for employment?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would love to have a team of runners. I would love to be nationwide and just have a team of runners and be able to say, "Hey, by the way, there's the Beta Breakers in May in Oakland, and Joe, I want you to run that race, and we're going to have I don't know U-Haul and I don't know CVS drugs or something on the suit, and you're going to promote them at that race."
That's kind of cool, Chris. So tell me this. So the candidates of who you would hire, they would just need to be available for the races that you confirm with them.
Yes, yes. But now there's logistically we're looking at they have to have a suit. It has to be something that they can run in. The shoes have to be the right shoes. I mean, these are all little details that all have to be figured out.
Before the first race.
That and plus you have to be a good runner, but you also have to be personable.
Yeah,
You can't just run the race and go home.
yeah,
See, we get to the races at least an hour before. Everyone is going, "You're going to run like that?" And be like, "Yeah, can we have a picture?" Absolutely.
yeah,
Right? So now we're promoting. And then we do the race. And then after the race, people are going to go, "Oh, you ran like that?" And it'll be like, "Yes, we did. Can I have a picture?" "Yes, you can."
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Neat.
So we're there an hour before. We stay an hour later, taking photos, doing interviews. Sometimes TV will come up to us because they're going to cover the same race every year.
Yeah.
They're looking for the story.
Added exposure.
Where's the story?
Mm-hmm.
Got to talk to the guys in the suit.
Yeah,
Gripping and grinning.
yeah.
Gripping and grinning, exactly.
Yes.
The next one, when's your next race?
It's next week. It's the Stash Dash over at the stadium.
Okay.
So we'll be running that, and that's a nice big event because there's a lot of just a lot of different people there, and it's more of a festival
Social
almost.
thing,
Yeah,
yes.
social thing. So we're gonna go and pose.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Has Action Jacks News been at any of your races?
I don't know. I'm assuming.
Okay.
You know what, Robert? We have done so many. They do tend to run into each other.
Yeah.
No pun intended, or maybe the pun was intended. So I don't know. We have been on News 4 Jacks. We've been on First Coast News. I don't know about Action News.
Yeah, Action Jacks News. What I'm gonna do is because that's our news team that we endorse. So therefore, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find out if they're gonna be at that race, and definitely if they are, I'm gonna make sure that you get some footage with them, and I
Okay.
want to share that footage
That would be
using
nice.
our news team.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all about proper promotions, effective promotions, and that's what it's all about. I want to use right now as a time to promote Eva's Kitchen. Eva's Kitchen is actually sharing this show right now. So therefore, we want to give a big shout out for everybody that's eating the great Caribbean food at
Ah.
Eva's Kitchen. We want to give you a big shout out. Thank you for airing the Robert Coffee Show each and every week. And if you want some great Caribbean food, make sure that you go right down on Beach Boulevard to Eva's Kitchen. Let them know that the Robert Coffee Show sent you. So big shout out to them. It's two other places that we want to give a shout out for before we ask you a few more questions. That's Pierre's Eatery off of Phillips Highway, and also Breezy Jazz Club. Breezy Jazz Club is a great place to go to. Make sure that you take advantage of their lunch specials throughout the week. It is delicious. It's amazing. Chef John is the best. Their slogan is, once you eat there, you will get rid of your stove. So you'll always want to eat there. So definitely test it out, and try not to get rid of your stove. Your wife or family members may be upset with you. So the running suit guys, what else is in store for everyone in the area to be able to take advantage of seeing you at?
Well, one of the things that we're looking at doing is expanding beyond running. And I
Okay.
mentioned this earlier, is doing more social events.
Okay.
So if it's a music festival down at Jacksonville Beach, if it's a music festival in St. Augustine, if there's a chili cook-off, if there is an art show. We can show up and look, people kind of know who we are now.
Right.
And it's going to be like, oh, the running suit guys are here, the running suit guys are here, and we're going to take photos.
And they're going to want your autographs.
Yeah, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of autographs, I was at the TPC golf tournament.
Okay.
This past year. I was there for all 6 days. And Brian joined me on one of those days. But we walked around all day from early in the morning till they were done at 5, 6, or 7 o'clock at night. And we promoted our sponsors.
That's the one Tiger was at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there at that.
Yeah.
You probably saw us walking around.
Yeah. You know what? Now that I will make sure at the next one that my eyes focused in, because we probably walked right past each other.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't. You probably would see me, right?
Yeah.
The guy in the suit with the fedora. But so going to social events, I think that's important.
Yeah.
Because it's more exposure for us. It adds that to the running field.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just an expansion of exposure for the running suit guys, because we've already proved our mettle. We are the guys that run races in a suit and tie. Now let's take that and go to these other events, because now we have some celebrity status.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, it takes a little time to build that, and now it's like, hey, 9,900 followers on Facebook. We must be doing something right.
Yep.
Absolutely, y'all.
We're always going to keep it interesting, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Will you be at the Dancing with the Stars event on the 14th?
I may be there. Thanks. I don't generally get tongue-tied, but you got me. I will try to be there. Yes.
All right, cool.
Because
cool.
I did see you at the CEO round table.
Yes.
Dancing with Krista Thomas
Yes.
from the Monarch Ballroom Dance Studio, and you guys really nailed it.
Thank you.
And that can be a little bit unnerving there, doing it for the first time in front of an audience.
Yeah.
And of course, I like Michael Jackson, and that's the music that we picked. Right.
I've been working so hard, Chris. So definitely, I really can't wait till the 15th, because then I know it's over and it's done right. So
you can breathe.
Yes. But I'm really, really excited for the opportunity to be a face on the show.
Yeah.
And to be able to showcase my talents,
Sure.
but more importantly, it gets my name and face out there even more.
Right.
Which marketing, that's the whole goal. And that's what I'm striving to do. So wish me luck.
Maybe we can
Good luck on that.
Yeah, good luck on
Thank
that.
you.
I think that's. I'm a little bit envious, I have to admit. Hey, listen, you're in good hands with Krista Thomas.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
She's amazing.
Isn't she?
She is strict too, so she stays on top of me, and I need that, because if I'm not hitting a move exactly the way I should, she's on me. Robert, you got to do this, you got to do that, kick your leg higher, all of
Your other left.
Yeah.
That was my toe.
It's funny. Sometimes I just start laughing, and she has a serious face. But it's when we videotape it, I see exactly her drive, and I love passion. So she's very passionate about dancing. She's very passionate about the end result.
Right.
And I can rise to that. So
She's mastered her craft.
yes, she's amazing at it, and her husband is too. It's just
Chris
amazing.
Thomas, yeah.
Yes, they are just a great team, and I love seeing their energy together.
Well, it's also creative energy, right? So when you're creating something out of nothing, like you with this dance routine with Krista, that's kind of cool. And you can videotape it and then be able to show it and relive it and have fun with it.
Yes.
And it's, I think the creative process, whether it's dancing, building a business, running a race in a suit and tie, just figuring out all those dynamics, that's really interesting. And it just provides its own energy.
Yeah.
Driving, definitely.
Yeah, and so it'll be exciting to see you up there on stage, and I do wish you luck.
Thank you. I'm gonna need it. I really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate y'all stopping in today.
Thank you for having us.
I definitely don't want this to be the last time that you come for an interview. Definitely keep us in a rotation, and we want to definitely find out more and more about your races and more of the businesses that you're advertising on your suits. Would you like to say anything else in conclusion as far as any of the businesses, or we know the event's coming up this weekend?
Right.
That's Saturday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this Saturday we can catch you at a race here in Jacksonville.
Every weekend you can catch us running a race. What we're adding to that, though, are social events now, like I mentioned,
Social events.
the different festivals and whatnot that goes on here. The other thing I want to mention is we also promote charities, and that's
Okay.
really important to me and to Brian because it gives us a chance to give back in a way and giving exposure. Let's talk about the Donna Foundation. We promote them all year long. Of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah.
Most people know that. But what happens in May or in June? Well, we want to keep the Donna Foundation in the forefront of people's minds. In addition to the Waves of Gray 5K, which is a charity for brain tumors and brain cancer. It's a very common disease, a lot more common than people think. So I personally have been doing this a lot longer than Brian has, but I've promoted autism and diabetes and all of these other charities that are out there. It just warms. Look, it's good for business and it's good for your heart.
Yeah.
And I think I have a great opportunity to do that. We both Brian and I have an opportunity to do that. And so you can see Brian's tie is the breast cancer tie.
Okay.
And so, in addition to Thrive, which is on his sleeve, which is a client management system, I use them. In addition to Echo Dress Shoes, Donna, Monarch Ballroom Dancing, Best Price Dry Cleaning, Unity Fiber, which is very similar to Comcast but different, and so all of these different companies. I get to know a little something about the company before I promote it. That's what they like, so it's not just a billboard.
Yeah.
It's me saying, hey, by the way, if you have a small business, you might want to try using Thrive, or to increase your speed on the internet, you might want to use Unity Fiber. Best Price Dry Cleaning. Best Price, it's right in the title, but it's also, they're the ones that handle our suits, and believe it or not, we're going to be doing, by the way, a mud run towards the end of this month, and that's going to be our first obstacle course run.
So the suits will be very muddy.
Oh,
she's going to get them ready.
Yeah.
She's going to work for that.
We're going to see. Yeah.
Oh no.
Plastic covering on
Actually,
it?
that, and we'll wrap this up. But both Brian and I have special suits that they're all polyester, so it's not something you're really going to run in because you can't breathe through polyester.
Yeah.
But they're really sturdy. So I run in those suits. If I'm going to go in the ocean,
Okay.
if I'm going to go in the pool, if I'm going to do a mud run, that's what those suits are reserved for. Because I don't want to ruin, these suits are expensive, I don't want to ruin this suit. But the polyester suit, hey, let's have some fun.
I have one last question. As far as, okay, I'm thinking business-wise with you right now. So, if you have a race every week, it's 52 weeks in a year, could a sponsor that wants to stay on your suits all year long, that would be, 6 packages that they would do? I'm going to make sure I'm doing my math right.
Well, it's $400 a month, 12 months.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, it is 12. Okay, got it. So are there people that are spending $400 and then they just pay for the whole year in advance so that they stay on?
They can.
Perfect. So you're racing every week.
Every week.
Plus, like I said, the social events, plus networking events.
Okay.
And that's where you and I met at the CEO Roundtable.
Absolutely.
Which was a networking event. And that's how we met, and that's why I'm sitting here across from you.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to have a relationship with you and put the Robert Coffee Show on the Running Suit.
Hey, I'm liking that. Let's make something work. Let's talk off camera, and
hey, as they say, we'll talk, all right? We'll
talk,
okay? Come over here,
let's talk over some pasta.
Yeah, that's it.
Actually, just to give a shameless plug back to Eva's Kitchen, hey, give us a call. We'll discuss over oxtail and yams.
Hey, yeah, definitely. Let's make something happen. I would love to let's take things to another level. Both of our businesses, our brands, and I'm definitely excited. You definitely have really good pricing as well for everything that's being
Included.
done,
Yeah.
included. Yep, you hit it on the nose. Shar, is there anything that you would like to say for this go around? Again, we definitely will be having Chris and Brian back on the show, but is there anything else you wanted to say before they go?
I just wanted to thank you guys for coming in studio today. I love your idea. And the Beta Breakers is actually in San Francisco. It's a 7 mile race from the financial district to the ocean.
Got it.
So just wanted to clarify that with you guys. And again, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having
Great
us.
idea.
Thank you. Thank you for
Absolutely.
having us.
Well, thank you very much for all of the Facebook people that watch this video. Definitely be on the lookout. If you see the running suit guys, definitely I want you to go to the Robert Coffee Show page and post that picture of them smiling just like they are right now in studio. And we're going to post some pictures as well after the show. So hopefully you can stick around. We have an interview with an artist coming up next, but I would love to be able to get some pictures with China and I with you,
Sure.
and promote that online as well too.
We'll
So
be here.
thank you very much, China. You can escort them to our relaxation room,
Right.
and we're gonna pause for a brief break as we are transitioning to our artist that's actually gonna be skyping in, and this is our artist Big Ben, and he's an artist from Atlanta. He's being advertised on Power 106.1 right now. And for any of you that don't know, it's 8 stations that I manage here in Jacksonville. So if you have something that you want to get on the radio, definitely call the Robert Coffee Show. We can get you on many, many different stations and help to market your music if you are an artist potentially. So we want to advertise your album, advertise your CD, advertise your single. So we're going to start with this music as we transition. And this is the song called Supercharged.
Oh, yeah.
Rob, China.
Sure, the music's playing right now.
want clean drinks. We did it soda. Yeah, supercharged motor, supercharged motor. I got the man, cause I'm bossing, they boy. Want me bad, cause I'm bossing, they know it. Go.
Hey everybody, that was Supercharged by the one and only Atlanta's own Big Ben. So for everybody that definitely was tuned into our line and our channel, we were able to speak with Big Ben earlier this week. We can advertise your music and promote what you have going on. Again, it's 8 stations. Power 106.1 is definitely behind us, and I was able to advertise Big Ben on Power 106.1, and it's being advertised now. So if you hear his promotion with a little clip of Supercharge as well as his promo, definitely you can do the same if you are our featured artist of the week, which Big Ben is right now. So you being from Atlanta, China, did you, is that your card?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, you put that in your purse now. You being from Atlanta, what kind of artists, because it's all different kind of artists that we will be interviewing here.
Mm-hmm.
This is not okay, only hip hop, only rock, only country. Let's make something clear. We promote artists. We promote businesses. This is not only about what my preference is. This is about promoting hot artists, people that's out there. What I may consider hot is not what's hot to the masses or what you may like. So if you're interested in getting your music advertised, contact us so that we can advertise it for you. I don't want you to think that it's just one genre of music that we will advertise on this show. No, rock, country, just be talented. Show us that you want to get your name and face out there, and we can get you out there on our show. So I wanted to clarify that because, you know, with some people that may just think that it's just one type of music that we're going to advertise here. And we've been doing this since 2010. It's been a lot of different artists that we've worked with. I personally love dealing with hip-hop artists. You know, that's more what I like, but I've also interviewed rock bands. I've interviewed a lot of other artists that have aired their music on our show as well, too. So, again, if you're a talented artist, let us know. We can get you on our show. What do you personally like, though, China? What's your favorite type of music?
I don't really have a preference. I listen to rock, rap, R&B, hip-hop, classical music. It's kind of my calm down thing. Moon River is my emotional song. So if I'm going through something, I totally listen to Moon River. I sing the whole song.
Sing it. I'm just playing with you.
So it kind of relaxes me a little bit. So that and Canon and D are my top favorite songs. But I definitely listen to everything. You know, at least if the intro is right, I'll give it a chance.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have any prejudice on music at all.
Okay. What about you, Short Holiday? You know, again, you already know it's a lot of different type of artists that we'll interview. But what's your favorite type of music, Shar?
Rob, you've been knowing me for 10 years. I like underground rap. I like unsigned artists. I like that raw dog that, I love it. Real talk. I listen to that all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't listen to love songs, even when I'm in love. I don't listen to that stuff. I listen to stuff that makes me go. What? But I do like classical music. So when I'm in office, I will listen to classical music because I don't know the words to anything. I don't know what's going to come next, and it kind of lets me focus on my work. If I put some music on that I like, I'm too busy bouncing and doing stuff. I can't focus. But yeah, it's definitely underground rap.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. All right. Well, yeah, I would like to say that hip hop has definitely been one of my first loves. I love hip hop. I love to showcase my talents in hip hop. But then I also love the diversity of different, like I love going to a rock concert and seeing how crazy everybody gets and the energy that's out there in that as well too. So, you know, I'm cool with like a lot of diversity, but yeah, hip hop is one of my first loves, and I love poetry. I love rhyming. If you
We
want to hear,
also.
yeah, if you want to hear my talents, put a hot beat on, and I can go in. It's definitely something that I love. That's when I turn into classic, Shar. So,
Okay. Mr.
it's
Class.
yeah, it's Robert Coffee that's dealing with business owners, but when it's the hip hop energy, definitely I can put my classic hat back on, and definitely got a history of dealing with a lot of artists back in Baltimore and Pittsburgh as well too.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm excited. Big Ben is having a little bit of issues with skyping in. We may have to push his exclusive interview to a week or so. But I do want to talk about him as an artist and talk about his music and how you can be involved with it before we touch on Kiss and Tell.
Right.
So Kiss and Tell is definitely coming up. Big Ben, when I interviewed him on, I believe that was Thursday, we talked directly right in studio as well too, and he was letting me know about, like, he's came from Atlanta, he came through Jacksonville, went down to Orlando. He's definitely getting his buzz out there, and that's what's key for if you're an up and coming artist. If you're an artist that's getting your face out there, you gotta have a team. You can't do this yourself. You gotta have a team, and I didn't expect he had a team up in here. So I was like, okay, you definitely didn't come by yourself. And that's cool because you need people to support you. If you expect these labels and others to support you, you gotta showcase that yourself. So definitely he's taking all the right steps. I like his song, and he has workout music for me. So me personally, whatever genre of music that you have, I work out. I go to the gym. I love listening to up and coming artists that can give me something to rock while I'm throwing up 300 like it's nothing. So therefore, if you have music like that, definitely send it my way. I would love to work out to it and turn up in the gym or turn up while I'm working with my youth for our flag football league that we're in, and definitely love to promote artists that way. So I'm excited about that. If you want to be on our show, definitely go to the robertcoffeeshow.com, contact Shar Holiday. What's your Instagram, Shar?
It is Char Holiday, CharHoliday.
Okay. If you want to reach out to China, and again, she has roots in ATL. So if you're an Atlanta artist, if you're a business owner, if you're somebody that says, you know what, that pretty little face that's in studio, I want to do business with her. Well, do business directly with her. Reach China. Where can they reach you at, China?
My IG is MIZZCHINADAWL.
All right, all right. Reach out to any of us. Our whole goal is to market your business or your talent, and it's a multitude of ways that we can do it. The step one, send us a DM, contact us, let us get on the phone, let's find out what you're trying to do, and then we have a team as well that can produce amazing results for you. Whether you want to be on the radio, whether you want to be on TV, whether you want to be online, just let us know what you want to do, and we can definitely accomplish those things. So definitely, that was our big shout out for Big Ben. Now let's touch on our relationship topic of the day, China. So what's going on in the world and what's happening with this couple?
Okay, first I want to welcome everybody to the Kiss and Tell segment of the show, where you'll get your X's and O's from one who knows. This segment is brought to you in part by Adam and Eve. Enhance your love life at adamandeveoutlet.net. For any questions or nationwide support, call 904-829-0912 and tell them the Robert Coffee Show sent you guys. Today's relationship topic is submission. A caller, Lonnie from Washington, D.C. states, I am 38 and my spouse is 41. I have a problem with how my spouse handles his money. He wants to be the man of the house, but I handle money better in my opinion. I think he should just hand over his check and allow me to pay the bills so that we do what's right with the money. I will give him spending money and make sure that we are set after all the bills are paid. He feels that is wrong and doesn't want to do that at all. Can you give me advice on how I can get him to let me handle this?
Hmm. That's interesting.
Uh,
That part of just hand me the check. I want to make sure that I heard it right. That can rub a man wrong. It kind of opened up my eyes a little bit when you just, I'm busting my behind. Just hand over the check. That could have been worded a little bit better by her. But Lonnie, you're definitely from the DMV, so I got to show you some love. Let's just start first and foremost. China, what's your feedback? Then let's go to Short Holiday, and then I'm gonna let y'all know my feedback.
Good deal. Okay, so first I want to thank you, Lonnie, for your submission. I'm not sure if it's a male or female at this point, but thank you for calling in. I want
Lonnie's a female.
It's a female
Yeah.
because nowadays everybody unisex names. I like unisex names, so I wasn't sure. Finances are the number one topic for relationship and marital problems, and it shouldn't be taken lightly at this point to me. I would advise you both to seek financial counseling through a third party, perhaps your banking institution, a financial counselor, or a credit repair specialist like Aisha, who was on the show the other day, could come in and be of assistance to you guys to help you figure out what you're doing with your disposable income and where is most of your money going to find out your most occasional spending habits and try to better your situation. I wouldn't necessarily say hand over. You should, recommend handing over an entire check to someone because that is stripping away his manhood a little bit and giving him an allowance is kind of distasteful and it could definitely rub somebody the wrong way. So I want you, whenever you do propose to bring the third party in, that you be gentle about it. People need to be able to accept whatever it is that you are able to, that you want to discuss, and they need to do that with an open arm. So I wouldn't just say, give me your check, boo, I run the money, because that he might not like that as much. And also, make sure that you're being heard throughout the relationship because the finances is one issue. However, it can boil down to you guys communication issues. So do keep that in mind throughout your guys relationships and how you deal with minor issues as well as your financial problems, because it could translate into other things and you guys could have a bigger issue than you think.
Okay. Okay. What's your feedback, Shar?
So wait, I just have a question real quick before I give you my feedback. They're married, or they're just dating?
It didn't say.
Yeah, it didn't say that. She didn't clarify the marriage. Let's just assume they're married.
If they're married, I feel like whoever's better with money should probably take the majority of the not control, but the responsibilities that come with living day to day, providing for your future, having great vacations, going to dinner, whether you're going or not, whether you can buy a $3,000 bag or not. So I think there's one person when you're married that is probably better with finances, but the communication has to be open. So telling somebody that just hand over your check and let me do it, no, and giving me I don't want a man in my life that would allow me to give him an allowance.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
just personally, I don't even understand that. I don't know where she's coming from, but um, definitely when you're married, not when you're not married. If you're not married, I kind of feel like, everybody takes care of themselves, but except for planning for vacations. But I don't believe in making purchases and all that kind of stuff when you're not in a committed union or a marriage. But if you're just dating someone, everybody takes care of their own finances. I know that my man, I rarely take out a dollar for anything. So he takes care of everything and he always has. That's just the kind of man he is. But and he's able to. But there are instances in relationships where it may be 70-30, 50-50, so on and so forth. But demanding someone's check, no.
Right. Right. Okay. So before I give my feedback, I'm gonna read this again because I want to make sure that I'm helping this lady out. It says, hello, this is Lonnie from Washington, D.C. I'm 38 and my spouse is 41. So I'm going to assume that spouse is her husband and they're married. I have a problem with how my spouse handles his money. He wants to be the man of the house, but I handle money better in my opinion. I think he should just hand his check over and allow me to pay the bills so that we do what's right with our money. I will give him spending money and make sure we are set after all the bills are paid. He feels that is wrong and does not want to do that. Can you give me advice on how I can get him to let me handle the bills? Okay, so first and foremost, she wants us to give her advice on how to do something that I don't think she should do. But for the sake of what she's asking us to do, let's answer her question. So first and foremost, she feels in her opinion that she handles bills better than him. Maybe he has some spending habits that she doesn't like. Maybe they've been late on the rent. This guy is not your guy, Shar. So this apparently is not that 100% situation where this man is paying all the bills. She doesn't have to touch a dollar of what she's working at. So in that case, how do you help her get what she wants? Because he apparently disagrees with what she wants to do. She wants to control the money. He does not want her to control the money. So, Lonnie, why do you want to control the money? I wish you would have gave us more details as far as why you want to control the money and not just the opinion of, I handle money better than him. Tell us more details of why you feel that. Does he have a drug habit? Does he have a drinking habit? Does he have a gambling habit? Does he spend his check on at the club, and then when rent's due, now you're asking family members? Or are you just upset with how he spends his money and you want to just have more control of it, and he is handling all the bills? Maybe y'all have a 50-50 relationship where when all the bills come in, you pay half, he pays half, but he makes more money than you. So you're a little upset that he's spending money maybe elsewhere, but he is paying 50-50 of everything, and you're like, if I just had more control of the money, I could give him some money to play with, but he's wasting valuable money doing certain things. So we need a little bit more details to be able to better help you, Lonnie. And while listening to the show, I really want to give you advice on knowing that information. So I'm going to reach back out to you, but in my case, let me just say my opinion before we move forward. As the man that I am, I see value in men being real men. And that's really not a good statement to say real men, because what is that? My opinion of what a real man is could be different of what your opinion of a real man is, or my opinion of what a real woman is different than your opinion of a real woman. So I believe that a man should step up to the plate to be able to know how he should spend his money wisely, not just be treated like a child and, okay, I know how to handle money better than you. No. Okay, what makes you qualify? Well, I think we should do this way, baby, with this amount of money. I believe the communication needs to be like that. It shouldn't be, I spend money better than you. It should be, baby, can we put the money here? Because if we do this, I believe that we will be able to put more in a savings. And if we put more in a savings, I really want to go to Jamaica in June. So if we have this money saved up, we can go to Jamaica. You can still do this with your friends. But look at this budget I put together. What do you think about that? So that in his natural flow of things as a man, can look at it a little bit better and say, okay, she's allowing me to make the decision as the man of this house, but she's giving me great advice. Okay, yeah, I may spend my money differently the way that she would want me to, but Don't come with, I need to have the money and I'm gonna give you a little bit out of it.
Yeah.
Come with a solution of saying, hey, baby, I would like to do it this way because we will accomplish this together. Let him look at that and say, you know what, that's a great solution. Let's do it. And I think a man like myself would do that. A man like myself is not just going to have you just strip me of what I worked for, and now you're criticizing me, making it like I don't know how to spend money. You know what I'm saying? That I think communication has everything to do with how you can get what you want. And again, the power of femininity is the power that women, I believe many women are lacking in 2019. Lonnie, if you are very feminine to him, you can get everything you want and allow him to stay in a masculine state. You don't want to put your man in a feminine state trying to be too masculine with him. That's not what you really want. Be more feminine, let him be masculine, and use your femininity to persuade him the way that you want so that the relationship can be founded on the grounds of him being masculine, you being feminine. That's my feedback for now, but I do want more details from you, Lonnie, so that I can make sure that I'm giving you the best advice for your situation and not based on half-hearted information. So that's my feedback for Kiss and Tell today. And I definitely think that communication is key. My question for the two of you is this. When it comes to that man that can provide, like you said, sure. China, I need to know a little bit more details as far as what your ideal man is. Do you feel the ideal man can do that, Char? What your man can do, where he can afford to pay all his bills and your bills and still be comfortable to go out with the fellas or go out with his family. Oh, my mom needs this, here, I got it. To do all of that, or does doing all of that handicap a man to be able to, like, how do you feel the average man can afford to do that? Let's start with you, Char, and then I'm going to make sure that you have my question right. Do you feel the average man can afford to do that?
I don't know. I don't go out with average men. And
Right.
I don't mean average men with regards to money. I mean, I just am attracted to a superior man. And
Yeah.
it doesn't, that has nothing to do with money, but usually a superior man will be a go-getter like I am. And right now, Rob, I am just allowed to write. And so he's giving me a moment in time contributing to um, my life right now. It's not like he's going to do it forever. In order for me,
We lost you a little bit, Char. In order for you to... Can you hear me? I can't hear Char right now.
yes, I can hear you.
Okay, we lost you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes, but it's going in and out a little bit.
Okay, how about now? Sorry about that.
Yeah, we can hear you okay now.
Yeah, so it's not that I don't know where you guys were. It stopped. I'm sorry.
You were mentioning that he allows you to write while he handles the brunt of the bills.
Yeah, right now. So it's not going to be forever. And I've always been a money maker. He knows that we've known each other for many decades, and I'm not a slacker. He's just allowing me at this moment in life to finish this book, and because he believes in it. So, and he believes in me. So I'm really fortunate. But I guess he's also thinking if it takes off, I'm sure I'll get a little, a couple of vacations.
So kickback.
Armani suits.
Right.
So kick back, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So he looks at you like a good investment, and I think every man should, because just like Lonnie's situation, the way that I dig deep in her situation, she's looking for a man that's smart with money. So that man that's smart with money, is it smart to just throw money to any woman, to throw money away, or just for the title of saying I'm a real man, I pay for all the bills? Are you barely doing that? Do you have a savings? God forbid if you lost your job right now, do you have 6 months of bill money in the account? That does
Exactly.
take a superior man to be able to do all that. And that's, I respect you, Shar, for having standards like that, because there's so many
Yes, sir.
relationships where it's the women are complaining and they're not in a situation like that. For instance, if I had a situation where I didn't have to pay rent or mortgage for a year, I would be straight. Okay? So, what a lot of women get, being able to, my man handles all of that. Y'all don't realize how good y'all have it, because I don't think men, like, I pride myself in wanting to be a manly man, so I couldn't think of it any other way. But to be able to say, okay, if I had a sponsor that paid for my rent for the whole year, and I just was able to focus on the Robert Coffee Show, but all bills were paid for, I would really value that sponsor. Okay? So it's amazing how it's women that get guys like that, that do handle all of that. In my household, I don't do 100% of the bills. Shonda works, I work. I do strive to be that man like you got, Shar. But Shonda and
Rob,
I put our money together.
You know what though, Rob? We've known each other for decades. It's not like he's just some sponsor or something like that.
Yeah.
No way. He's
Yeah.
an amazing person who said, "Look, you're at a point in your life you can either finish this or not. And I'm
Exactly.
going to help you out for the next couple of months. Get your stuff written. Focus only on the book and the Robert Coffee Show."
Hey. I like him even more.
And then we'll get back on track. So not back on,
No, I get what you're saying.
but then we'll focus on getting the book published.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. So because he believes in me, and it's such a gift,
Yes.
to have that moment in time to be able to focus on something that I really needed to finish.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, blessings to your relationship. That's amazing. Everybody does not have a situation like that, and a lot of the situations that I hear with a man that has power like that, then you hear a few minutes later, oh man, like I don't want to say specifically, but this was in the news of a lot of athletes. I'll just say that allegedly, this one athlete was messing with this Instagram model that she thought was going to leave his wife for her, and he said, I think I'm gonna go back to my family, and left her kind of like in a way of like, like this is not right, and he's a paid athlete, paid, so he is that man that could do all of that, but with that comes, a lot of exchange of value. And that's where it's like, wow, if you're in that situation, how do you keep the balance? Because to be able to get all of that, I'm sure you gotta so all right, let me ask you this then, Shar. Do you have to have dinner on the table when he comes in exchange for that kind of support? Like, what do you feel that you can say on this family friendly show that you like
what,
do in
Rob?
exchange?
I don't want to get too much into it
Yeah.
because I don't want him to sound like he's a chump on the Robert Coffee Show. But no, he cooks for me. He cooks
Wow.
hella good. I mean, hella good. So I'm very fortunate in that aspect. Now, do I do all the laundry? Do all that? I have a house. So he's, taking care of my, I have my home where
Yeah.
I have a washer and dryer where I do my stuff.
Yeah.
He has a home where he's got a washer and a dryer and he does his stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I ain't got to do all that. I'm telling you, he just believes in after it all went down.
Yeah.
So
and
he's like, here, it's a moment in time, baby. Let me give it to you.
Yeah.
And run with it. Go. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a little different. It's not like he's some some sucker butt that's like, here, let me pay your bills.
Yeah.
Go shopping today.
Yeah.
No, and I've had that too. I have.
Yeah.
But that's not the man that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
In my life, you've got to finesse my mind at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My soul, my everything.
Yeah.
And I can take care of myself.
Yeah.
But at this moment, he's like, just focus on the book. Don't worry about it, and let me help you.
Yeah, we got to definitely go more in detail. We got about 4 minutes left on this show. And that is definitely a topic for another show. I also want to talk. I know we're going to be talking about vacations pretty soon. And I want on that upcoming show to be able to give away some vacations. We do have a Vacation Connect. And I want to get some strong feedback. So what we're going to do for this week, we're going to all share a survey of locations between this week, maybe for the next 2 weeks, so we can build it up right. But we want everybody that's listening right now, you're going to get something either from myself, Shar, or China, for you to let us know your favorite location that you would want a vacation on. And by doing that, you may get to go there. So we want to see, again, we're going to build this up, and somebody's going to be a fortunate winner. And we're going to be sending out for as many people that follow us and see our Instagrams and see the things that we do in our daily lives. We want you to definitely fill out this survey, and you may be a winner to the vacation of your dreams. On behalf of a special sponsor that I have. So stay tuned for the Robert Coffee Show. I want to thank the Running Suit guys for being on our show today. They are doing a lot of great things. If you want to be on their suit, reach out to them on Facebook. The link of their contact information is going to be on this show for any of you that's watching the show live. I'm going to add that pretty soon. I also want to thank Eva's Kitchen for airing our show live today. Get some great food. I'm headed there. I can't wait to get some great food shortly. Also, Pierre's Eatery. They have a really, really hot pizza special, wings. Watch the football game, Pierre's Eatery. Watch the football games, eat Pierre's Eatery. Every day at lunch, Pierre's Eatery. I also want you to make sure that you are eating and enjoying Breezy Jazz Club. Breezy Jazz Club here in Jacksonville has really, really great food. The food is so good you will want to get rid of your stove. So therefore, find out for yourself. Let them know that the Robert Coffee Show sent you. They're going to take really, really good care of you. I think we lost Shar. Again, she is in Oakland, California, moving and shaking. And on the show, China, what would you like to say in conclusion?
I want to thank you guys for engaging with us and sending us your calls and everything like that. Please be detailed with them. You can DM us or DM or email, just whatever.
Say yours. Say your information.
My email is china@therobertcoffeeshow.com. My IG is MIZZCHINADAWL. Sometimes you guys do contact me personally for your personal information, and I do not have an issue with that at all. I usually erase the DMs after you guys send them to me, so we can have an intimate conversation. And I wish you guys the best, and thank you for tuning in.
All right. I want to thank my beautiful co-host for being on the show. Definitely, we have some hot shows lined up. Artists, reach out to us. Business owners, reach out to us. We definitely want to promote and work with all of you. And definitely we have some hot shows coming up next week. It is 1:30. I want to thank everyone that tuned in to us from 12 to 1:30. See you next week. Big Ben. We're going to close out this show with Big Ben Supercharged. Here it is.
Yeah. Spit it real. Young hood, bitch facts on the same street. How you beat dog when your bills ain't eat? I got clientele like a BP. I want my cat right now, I need my cheap please. No more clean drinks, we did it soda. Yeah, supercharged motor, supercharged motor. I got the man, cause I'm bossing, they hook. Want me bad, cause I'm bossing, they know it. Wanna gamble with they life, but this ain't cash 3.
We're gonna take pictures with them in here.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Take a ghetto from the hood, give a high class. You can take a ride in it, whip, get it in fast. 1,000 horsepower in that track, Hawk ain't average. Put that band down just like they roll it. I told you, I let it clap like this to know you. I can't f with messy asshole, tryna expose it. See her out in public, then I act like I don't know them. Slam me on them, I make them come wipe your nose. That's if a try me, I won't let it bite me. Go round in hell, 60 in your life. I got trap money, this rapping is just a habit. Young hood, bitch pass on the same screen. How you big dog when your bills ain't in? I got clientele like a BP. I want my can right now, I need my cheap please. No more clean drinks, we did it soda. Yo, supercharged motor, supercharged motor. I got the man, cause I'm bossing nigga, boy. Want me bad, cause I'm bossing nigga. I got Jazz and Drake, that to Chanel. I took Vonna through hell. I turned star to a star. What else can I tell? I sold salt to a snail. What else can I sell? I sold the game to a nigga. I ain't know he would tell. Sold my first bag of mid. Then he turned to a bill. Smack with me so hard on head, lock it turned to a sale. Flew up to Cali, but my flight got delayed. Man, she thought I was playing. Guess she thought she got played. Took your B on to Miami. And she almost got left. Too much talking and shit. Keep your business to yourself. Gossip like, oh, gotta watch who you serve. Get rid of that negative shit. Yeah, and watch how it works. I'm at the spot like it's a 9 to 5. When it's ugly and it's a drought, please, I pull a 9 to 9. I work a double shift. Glock got a double clip. Took a trip to Cali, came back and made a double flip. Young hood, bitch pass on the same street. How you big dog when your bills ain't in? I got clientele like a BP. I want my can right now, I need my cheap please. No more clean drinks, we did it soda. Yo, supercharged motor, supercharged motor.
You got your we gonna take pictures with your phone. My battery died, but you can do a 10-second, right? Let's use this one right here.
My camera isn't the best. Oh, don't forget to stop it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Behind the scenes, Robert Coffee Show. That was supercharged. Definitely stay tuned for next week. Peace. We out.